Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you're about to see here. So much for tuning in. Today's budget video is going to focus on our paychecks for this week, and I'm going to organize that money a bit, and then in the following videos I will be stuffing our variable expenses and also some sinking funds and more fixed expenses. So those will all be coming very shortly. I think we're also going to do a grocery haul this week, hopefully, and I need to get back into the meal planning because you guys haven't been seeing those videos. That's because I haven't really been doing it. So I'll be getting back into that as well. But right now, let's just get back into the paychecks with real numbers. This is my budget planner. This is a tool notebook cover. I believe they still have this on Office Max or Office Depot. And inside was a Happy Planner Big, but I also added my own budget printable kits. And if you haven't gotten one yet, you can, I think you can still get June's. The reason why I say I think is because I think the link is still down below. I haven't changed it. So it is a 12-page printable. This is what the paycheck budget worksheet looks like. There's also some other worksheets in there, enough to keep you organized for an entire month. And you can print those out either Happy Planner Big / letter size like I have, or you can resize them down to Happy Planner Classic. And the instructions for that are in my Etsy description of the kits. So there's more kits out there though, so if you need them. So I'm gonna put today's dates, and we have 2 pays today, and one is for my paycheck number 2. And I've talked to you guys about that twice a year because I am an hourly / bi-weekly employee. Twice a year there is a third Friday during the month, and I get another paycheck. And I used to not really feel the effects of it before we started paying our bills a month in advance. But since we started paying our bills a month in advance, quite some time ago now, a few years ago, I really do feel the extra money, and it's nice. So it comes in handy. And it also serves as like, a little boost during the year, twice a year, to catch us up on some things. So I have my pay, and this week it'll be the second one. So that's number 2. And then my husband's base pay is the first one of the month. He gets this on the 15th and the 30th. And so this is his base number 1. He also gets reduced retirement. You guys know the drill about that. And he also gets commission. And it is based on his commission minus his 2 base pays, which is fine, because if he didn't make enough commission to cover those 2, he wouldn't owe them any money. That's the difference between a base and a draw. So I learned lots of stuff about commission when he got this job. One thing you will notice is that his base pay is higher this week than it has been in previous months. And that's because they stopped taking out health insurance. At his new job, he does work full-time, even though he did take a reduced early retirement from his job he was displaced at. So they stopped taking out health insurance, and so this boosted almost $100 every pay. So it's almost $200 a month extra that we'll have, but not quite, just a little bit less than that. So I'm gonna write total here. And I don't have the word total written out on these kits because you may need all these lines if you have different streams of income. It just depends. So I left that blank, but I just write it in because there's really never a week we need more than 1 or 2 lines. All right, so the total is $2262.39, and this paycheck is going to be brought down to a 0 balance. So this is a zero-based pay organization this week. And I'm going to tell you what those numbers look like, and then in following videos, we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty, and we're going to stuff our variable expenses, more fixed expenses, and I'm going to unstuff some sinking funds to show you guys what we're doing with that money, because we do have an unusual purchase coming up next week, and we're going to be using part of our reno money for that. So some much needed maintenance and I'll talk about that in that coming up video. So $22.62.39, and then for fixed expenses, it is going to be $450, and I'll explain to you in that video what that's all about. And then for variables, the coming week we need $810, correct? Let me just double check my notes, because I need to make notes. I have to do that so I can keep the video moving along. Otherwise, we would be here all day together trying to figure out all this stuff. And then for savings, this is going to be savings challenge, 180. And if you guys have been following me along, you know which challenge I do. And so remaining is going to be, let's see, the remaining amount is $822.39. And I have to use every penny of that. This is going to go toward purchase. And it's not going to cover it. So I have a purchase coming up for, I'm going to put this here under reno money. And we're going to subtract this time. So the purchase is $15.25 minus, let's do it together. $15.25 is the total minus $822.39. I'm going to have to take $702.61 out of our reno fund. $702.61. And you guys know that when it comes time to do that, I'll just round this up to either 703 if I have the ones, or 705, whatever it is. I'm not sure what's in that envelope. So I'm going to be taking that out. And then I'm going to leave the rest of this blank because I'm not sure if I'm going to be filling in any additional money coming up. I don't think so, because this brings me down to not only a zero base, but a zero base and negative, which doesn't typically happen. And I'm sorry, this lighting is chaotic. I don't know what's going on over here, except of the time of day I'm filming, and I'm getting these lines that just don't need to be here. So I'm sorry about that. But anyways, so we brought this down to a zero base and then some, basically. So I'm going to be taking $702.61 to cover that $1,525 purchase. So, and I'll talk to you guys about that more specifically or more in detail. I'm going to write that here just so I have the note. And that's the nice thing about a worksheet, is that even though this is designated just for sinking funds, you know, make your notes all over the place, you know, make sure that you're tracking and you're writing down all the details so you don't miss anything or forget, you know, what was that about or what is that for. I'm actually just writing down it's for that purchase. And that way, when you look back on things make sense. And so it's better to write more and take lots of notes than to write less and like not remember what you were doing here, what that was all about. So that is my paycheck budget for this week. And stay tuned if you're interested in what the variables look like and what this purchase is all about. I'm going to do these all in separate videos so they're not so long, because I know that becomes very cumbersome. And I also wanted to mention before I let you guys go, this is one of the jars of change that I have. This is just a really simple jar from the Dollar Tree, and it comes with the lid, so it's really nice and handy, and it's very thick, so I like to use like stable jars, you know, so they don't crack, because when you put all these coins in it, they get quite heavy. But anyway, so I have this one, and then I have a taller one, which is more of a mason jar style. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan a giveaway. And I'm going to ask you guys how much you think is in these jars. And I'm going to end up taking these to the Coinstar and cashing them in to see what's going on here. For this one, I don't know. I'm not going to say what I think, but I'm hoping it's a certain amount. And I haven't yet decided what I'm going to do with the money after I take it to Coinstar. I know that if you get gift cards and stuff like that, they don't take the fee out. But I want the cash because I don't want a gift card necessarily. And I don't know about you guys, but my bank doesn't have any type of Coinstar. I think every bank should have one where they don't charge fees at all. I think it should be like for members, you know, somebody who banks there. But that's just my 2 cents. Maybe where you guys live, you have that. We don't, or at least my bank doesn't. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this organization planning video, and if you are interested in seeing all the rest of the details, just stay tuned. And like I said, if you haven't already subscribed, I would love if you stuck around and did so. And as always, I hope I see you guys in my next video. Take care.